What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Raise Hail Praise Dale podcast, all you hail raisers. Thank you for joining us. I am Voodoo.
I'm JT Dallas.
A little hesitant there. Must be a little shy or something tonight.
No, honestly, my ADHD was kicking in full blast, where my brain was like, "You need a sound, like you know how we have the Sunday. I need to get one for Hellraisers."
Yes, you do. Get on that. Want it by next podcast.
I will.
Something will come up to where we're not able to do it, but with how our luck usually is. But anyways, looking forward or looking backwards, to Michigan. What's going on, Braden? Pancakes.
I like pancakes.
I could go for some pancakes.
Do you like pancakes? Yeah, I like pancakes.
Some chocolate chip pancakes with some syrup on top. Anyways, stop talking about food. You're making me hungry.
Facts.
Looking backwards to Michigan, and Bowman trying to get airborne the wrong way. Yes.
No, I think he just wanted to look like a bulldog.
Yeah. It definitely has a wrinkled up face now. What else we got? New manufacturer coming next season, which is NASCAR's worst kept secret.
Right.
I will not sign your pancakes because I will probably eat them.
No,
anyways.
No, this is not IHOP.
Or Waffle House, because in case you wanted to pretend like those are pancakes too.
Have you not seen the Junior commercial? That's what he's referencing. It's an IHOP commercial with Dale Jr.
Yeah, I remember that. What else we got? Looking forward to Mexico.
Yep.
And there's a whole bunch of other stuff too. So, without further ado, I know we started a few minutes late, so we're gonna roll that intro and get on into this doggone thing.
All right, let's jump into the post-race breakdown.
Jumping straight ahead.
Whee! And let's do something fun. Speaking of Junior, Braden's he's gonna get our what's it called? Where you lead into a subject. Oh, my brain's not working right now.
Transition. Segue.
Segue, that's what I'm looking for. Braden's going to get our segue point because we're going to be talking about Dale Jr. kind of ish. Junior Motorsports.
He's involved.
Yeah, he is involved. I'm sure he's not very happy after he has been fined $10,000 after Connor Zilich's number 88 had two improperly secured lug nuts at post-race Nashville. Marty Lindy has been suspended for Pocono, would be Mexico City, but the team chose to defer the suspension. So they will be there, but Lindy won't be there next week for Pocono. Tricky Triangle is going to be minus Zilich's. Yeah. But I think that's all we got for penalties.
Yeah, that's the only penalty that came from Nashville that we're aware of. I don't believe we had any across the board, no post-race tech penalties coming out. So
I think so.
But next up, we got results from the multiple Michigan races went on. Check this out. We got our regular background behind our stuff now instead of static.
I like it.
Making improvements for you guys. Looks like I can make this slide at least a little.
It's a work in progress. Not too terrible, though. But the Henry Ford Health 200, a.k.a. the ARCA race, the pole went to Brendan Queen. Queen also took first position in the 28 car. Corey Heim in the 25 took second. Lawless Allen in the 20 took third. Gio Ruggiero in the 18 took fourth, and LeVar Scott in the 6 car took fifth.
Indeed. A couple of names that we usually hear. Got a couple names that we don't usually hear in the top 10 coming up. Starting in 6, you got Thad Moffitt in that 46 machine. The Tyler Reef in the 23 came in 7th. The 97 of Jason Kitzmiller coming 8th. And here we go. This is one of the ones I was talking about. Miss Isabella Robusto at 55 coming in 9th. Hearing herself top 10. And then the number 2 of Eloy Falcon came in 10th. I think that's only like the second, maybe third time that we mentioned his name.
What an awesome name, Eloy Falcon.
And I imagine it's pronounced Falcon, but something inside of me just wants to go Falcone.
Cool.
But Mr. Pizza Man, Brayton Laster, that 06 machine came in 19th. So not his best day, but they did have to go to a backup car, so didn't have the speed that would have had.
Facts. I watch them occasionally. I don't watch them every week that they race. It kind of depends on if I have time, because most of the time they race on Fridays, and by the time they're on, I'm just like, I want to sit down and play video games, because why not? But I usually go back and watch at least like the little highlights and stuff of it. But I will say it's good to see some of the Petty family up there. What you're probably thinking, who the heck? There's not a Petty up in the top 10. There kind of is. Richard Petty's. Hang on a minute. Sorry.
Cliffhanger. Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry. I had girls trying to fight each other in the living room, and it's not working.
Some boxing gloves.
Is Richard Petty's grandson or great grandson, something like that. But he is part of the Petty family, so I think it's pretty cool to see him in the top 10.
Yeah. He'd get some Petty back into Cup Series.
Facts.
But enough about the ARCA cars. Go to the trucks. Yeehaw. So, the DQS Solutions and Staffing 250, powered by Precision Vehicle Logistics. That's a lot of words. A lot of words. You are muted, sir.
That's weird. I thought I unmuted it. The DSSPBPVL.
DQS SSPVL.
True. But the purse is the normal trucks, 782,000. The poll went to Luke Frinhouse. I think that's how you say his name, Frinhouse.
There's no R. Finhouse.
Finhouse. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I
can't read.
Finhouse.
But
you know this next guy's name, though.
I know, right?
What are you doing over there? Oh, your lips doing this, but you're not making no sound.
I should be.
You are now, but a second ago you weren't.
I don't know why. It was green. Everything should be good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. There were a few to the rear for unapproved adjustments. Had the 02 of Nathan Baird, Morgan Baird in the 2, and of course Tony Breidinger in the 5, and the 38 of Chandler Smith.
Yep. And stage 1 and 2 went to the old Corey Heimeister.
The Heimeister?
Corey Hamster. I don't know.
Corey Hamster, hey.
It might be the next mascot to go on our merch. Who knows? He took stage 1 and 2, but he did not take the win for once. Stuart Friesen got his first win of the season in that 52 truck, followed by Grant Enfinger in the number 9, and then Luke Finhouse, the pole sitter, came in 3rd, so not a terrible day for him. Ben Rhodes in the 99 came in 4th, and then the 07 of your favorite driver, Corey LaJoie. Around the top 5.
You know what he still doesn't have, though?
Yep. Never will.
Mhm.
Like, championship.
Don't be saying that too loud. He's doing too good this season.
That's all right. He'll choke in the championship race.
I agree with you, Braden. The truck race was pretty cool. But the 88 of Matt Crafton coming 6th. Jake Garcia in the 13 came in 7th. I don't know why I'm struggling to say these names. Chandler Smith in 38 came in 8th, all the way from the back, so not bad. Andres Perez de Lara in the 77 came in 9th. And Lane Riggs in the 44. The 34 came in 10th. I have no idea why I'm struggling so hard.
You are struggling pretty bad.
Man, I'm getting it. But there is a slight change because, of course, we do follow a few drivers. We've got the 11, or in 11th. Oh, my Lord. I will get it eventually, guys. I am so sorry. In the number 7, you had Carson Hocevar. And then, of course, now more in the middle, you had Frankie Muniz, who finished 14th in the 33 truck. Tony Breidinger finished 22nd in the 5th. And Ross Chastain in the 44 truck finished way back in 26th. That one surprised me.
You know what, Braden? I agree with you there. If he would have went full time, I feel like he would have maybe a couple wins.
At least one. At least one.
But he went part time, so no go for him.
Facts. But anyway, the Xfinity fastest lap went to Caden Honeycutt on lap 93 he ran a 38.930. So pretty quick. And then there were no post-race tech issues. LaJoie, Smith, and Ruggiero's trucks went to R&D for engine dyno. So we'll see if anything comes out of those. I doubt it, but
usually not. But we did see something. Last week, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
Moving on to the big show, the Firekeepers Casino 400 Cup race. Your purse is the same as every other race except for the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. That whopping $11,055,250. Speak for yourself, Braden. I don't think I've ever loved Corey LaJoie.
Facts.
Does seem to be gravitating towards the Denny Hamlin style of being vocal, which is annoying. I do agree with you there.
Sometimes I feel like he's more like Kyle Busch in a way that he wants to cry about everything.
Yeah. Third week in a row, your pole sitter, Chase Briscoe.
Yes, sir.
Will he be able to do a fourth? See, because it's a new track. We don't know who's going to do what. You know what? Fantasy's going to suck this week because nobody knows what anybody's going to be able to do with this track.
I'm definitely not putting any bets on there. I promise you.
Right. Nobody failed to qualify because we only had our chartered cars, at least our temporarily chartered cars. We'll get to that in a minute. But you did have one go to the rear for making some splitter adjustments. That'd be Mr. Tyler Reddick. And stage 1 went to 17 to Chris Buescher, with stage 2 going to Willie B.
Sure. Man. The end of that race was very interesting.
Yeah, I was hoping Hocevar.
I was hoping that Hocevar would have made it, honestly. Either that or I would have been okay with Buescher making it. But
dude, I would have been grateful if Hocevar would have won that race, because then I
bet you would have.
My RHPD team would have a win.
Yeah. Whatever. Anyway.
You didn't beat my favorite driver, Denny. He wasn't racing.
Denny won, of course. You guys should know that by now. But Chris Buescher came in second. Ty Gibbs in the 54 came in third. Bubbles came in fourth. And Kyle Larson came in fifth in that number 5 machine.
Then the number 1 came in 6th, adding +1 to that 5. Be Ross Chastain there. Zane Smith got himself a top 10 coming in 7th. Mr. Kyle Busch got himself a top 10.
Sure.
Things may be turning up for him. Ryan Preece got himself another top 10. He's been looking great this season. And then Mr. Bad Brad Keselowski rounded out the RFK team to get all 3 cars in the top 10.
See, yeah, I know mine too, Braden. My fantasy sucks.
That's not too bad.
I was gonna say, yeah, it definitely.
Matter of fact,
things are going up for RFK right now.
Let me check and see how close I am on old trash can. I might have passed him up finally.
I don't know on that one. Xfinity fastest lap went to Willie B on lap 154, the 37.3. I want to say Carson Hocevar held it for a little bit, but then Willie B ended up beating him out. There were no post-race tech issues, so
I'm currently first in our league at 21 points.
I don't know. My fantasy's been doing this weird thing where it's not letting me change my drivers.
Supposed to do it before the race starts.
Oh, I know that. I tried to change them before the race started yesterday, and it wouldn't change them. It just kept saying like connection failed, and I was like, I know for a fact it's not. I'm looking at it.
Well,
so
you're saying your wife is in 3rd place. I'm in 1st.
Oh man, yeah. This Braden wants to know where he's at. Way back in last.
You
Braden.
are in 6th place.
Yeah, so you're not in last.
Spots behind Mr. JT Dallas there.
Let's see here. Let's go to our rookies. Or, well, I guess we can cover the winless streak.
Yep. Get to the right. Yeah. Need to go ahead and set up a button for that. Yeah, that's not right. Don't look at that. That's cheating. You're cheating. Stop looking. Really hate this.
I agree. The overlay stuff is awful.
Yeah, because I can't see what's behind it.
Yeah.
Let's already do. Is it? Yeah. It was covered up by our webcams.
Well, it resets after playoffs. So after the playoffs start, you get I think 8 uses for every driver.
So, yeah, it does reset at playoffs, but I don't remember the amount of times you can use it.
Sure.
We only have 12 races left until the playoffs.
Ty Dillon's only about, if I remember right, I could be wrong, but like 13 to 18 races from tying with LaJoy. So he's getting it up there. He's sitting at 260 races. Ryan Preece is sitting at a whopping 201, but I got a feeling he's got a win in him this year. So
wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me.
Let's see here. Who else can we kind of pinpoint? Well, Bad Brad Keselowski sitting at 38. Chase Elliott all the way down at 42. I'm about to say 42nd. He's sitting at 42 races, and he is the farthest Hendrick car down the list because right. Alex Bowman is next in line with 31. And then William Byron has 14. And, of course, Kyle Larson won 3 races ago. So, not bad, not bad.
Yeah, thorough.
Our legacy guys, they've been showing up. So, maybe they'll get a win and knock out either 90. John Hunter has 91, of course, and Eric Jones has 94. Eric Jones is tied with Bubba Wallace currently.
Yep.
So.
You also got another tie over there with Austin Dillon and SVG.
Very true.
And Chris Buescher and Riley Herbst. Lots of ties. Kind of crazy. Carson Hocevar, Zane Smith. Anywho's, enough of that screen. Now we can go talk about our rookies. Whee!
All right, I'll let you go first.
Sweet. So, Mr. Riley Herbst, as I just mentioned his name, started in 34th, finished in 25th, which means he has no new top 10s or wins or poles, so those stays at zeros. But he is 34th in the standings with 185 points.
Sir, and my rookie is SVG. 15 starts and 1 top 10. He started 26th, finished up in 18th. He's currently 33rd in points with 192. So a little over you, but that's one bad race from changing. It's nothing to be that impressed with.
Yeah, our rookies are pretty much staying right around each other, it seems like.
Yeah. But we can go check our RHPD Motorsports. So if you're new to the show or have never watched it, back last season for our 25 sub, we started RHPD Motorsports, which is a fictitious team that we have chose 4 drivers from different actual teams. And we're pitting our team against each other, and then we will also pit the team as a whole against another, like the main teams, and see where we would rank. Last year we did pretty dang good, except for Brad Keselowski. He's the one that kind of held us back.
Custer's
this
doing
year,
that for us this year.
Yeah. This year, I think I'm on the lower end. I mean, yeah, I've got Chris Bell in 4th, but I also have Cole Custer in 35th, which is it's pretty hefty blow.
Yeah.
But
I got old Tyler Reddick in 6th place. Carson Husvar in 18th. Would have been a little bit higher if he would have been able to pull off a win.
Yeah. I'm surprised Reddick doesn't have any more like top 10s, because last year he was tearing it up.
He'll get hot towards the end of the season.
That's fair. I know. Didn't he just have another kid too?
Yep.
I want to say, yeah.
Him and Bubbles.
Yep. Must be something in the air over there.
Bubbles ain't got no excuse. He's over there getting top 10s.
Facts. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, I think you're sitting a little higher on the roster as far as our team goes. If we put each other. Yep. But I think our team as a whole is sitting pretty dang good. I'm pretty sure most other teams would like to see where our team's at.
Right.
So, but anyway, that is our RHPD Motorsports.
Next up, little thing we get to cover for the next 7 more weeks.
Yeah, something like that.
In-season tournament. So we got our first round of seeding done. We got to wait for Mexico and Pocono to figure out what the official seeding will be. But here is your current seeding.
Yes,
Based
sir.
off of best finishing position. So Denny Hamlin's got it right now, obviously.
Yeah.
Bowman being last place down there.
Big oof.
Jones is almost in the top 10.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. That's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm. So
Nemechek's all the way back.
See how
in
it shakes up
31st.
next week.
I'd sure like to see either Jones or Nemechek take a win this season.
Would be nice. Be nice for sure.
But anyway,
That's that.
That is the in-season challenge. Moving on to our trackside trends. So trackside trends is where we talk about different news, so like team changes, NASCAR updates, all that good stuff. And we always start with our NASCAR updates, and I will start with Atlanta Motor Speedway. They have partnered with Echo Park for a 7-year, multi-million-dollar agreement for a rebrand. Let me learn to read for a second. For their rebrand, so instead of Atlanta Motor, it will become Echo Park Motor Speedway, similar to the way Lowe's did with Charlotte, if you are aware of that.
Indeed. Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Uh-huh.
It was a great track, but I'm still going to call it Atlanta, so that's that.
Same. I think Atlanta's a better name for it.
Yeah. Just like Gateway, I don't call it Worldwide Technology Raceway.
You don't call it WWTR?
No.
My
Now,
mom
I
passed
have
that.
made the switch. Not that we race there anymore, but Auto Club.
Yeah,
I moved away from the Fontana name, but
Fontana's still better. I don't care what you say.
yeah, well.
But
Anywho's,
technically, before Fontana, it was called California Speedway.
it was not
So
not foreshadowing anything that may came on later in the show.
absolutely.
This next bit of news is good for NASCAR, not so good for a couple of teams. But the U.S. Court of Appeals has ruled in favor of NASCAR. They've vacated the injunction requiring NASCAR to treat 2311 and Front Row as charter teams. What does this mean? NASCAR is no longer required to treat those two teams as charter teams for 2025. That injunction ensured their charter status, but now NASCAR can decide if they want to keep them as a charter team. But there is a little caveat, because the teams do get to appeal. They get 14 days to ask for the case to be reheard by an entire appeals court judges instead of just the 3 judges who did this case. So if it stays intact, the ruling will not go into effect until 7 days after that 14-day window, the earliest. So we're looking at probably the end of June before we'll see if anything from that happens.
Yeah, end of June, beginning of July. Man, I'm kind of shocked on this one.
Why is that?
Honestly, I figured that 23XI and Front Row would have a better case, because these judges are just like, nah, NASCAR's got it. I don't know now.
Yes, thunder.
I don't know where I stand, because at the same time you're like, oh, NASCAR's a big corporation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that one.
We'll see. That's 6 cars that it affects.
Yeah. I wish they would just get rid of the charter system, period. I miss qualifying actually mattering.
I don't see them doing that.
I don't either.
I agree, nice, it would be good for it though. You'll have your 40 car limit.
Shoot, bump it up to 40.
I feel like more open cars would show up if you had a 40 car limit.
100%. I think you'd have a better competition if you still had to qualify in. And
yeah.
So I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't watched qualifying all season, because it doesn't matter most of the time, because most of the time it's just the charter teams.
True. Well, I think Michigan was the first race we did not have a single open car on.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like, if you've only got 39 cars in a 40 car field, everybody's getting in.
Well, I mean, if you got 40 cars in a 40 car field, everybody's getting in. So the only race we've had to worry about that so far would have been Daytona. Yep.
Yeah. I feel like if you got rid of that system, I think you would create more suspense and invite more cars to show up.
Right.
100%. I agree. The qualifying is confusing.
They've changed it up a little bit, though, from the beginning of the season, if you noticed. There's no more top 10 goes to the second round and figure it out that way.
I miss the old school, like, oh, you ran the fastest lap, you start on the pole. Doesn't, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like the beginning of the season, it was confusing, but they since have changed it, at least the last few weeks, to where it's been just straight up whatever order you drop your lap time in.
Yeah, but you also still have to worry about like the lines. That's what I'm talking about. The line thing is confusing for me.
What line thing you talking about?
You might have just said that they dropped it, but I was thinking where like
the top 10 went on to a second round. Yeah, they haven't been doing that. They haven't been doing that anymore.
Well, good. All right, so moving on to some team changes.
That is one reason I'm watching Brady. To see if I need to tweak my fantasy team up a little bit.
I probably should start doing that. I'd probably get a little bit more money in my prize picks, and
Right.
Let's move over to some team changes. MBM Motorsports will return to NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series later this month at Pocono, of course. So next week or the week after next. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this weekend is.
Yep.
But technically, there's no trucks this week.
True. So the next truck race. Tyler Tomasi will be behind the wheel. Derek White will also pilot the MBM entry. But those races are to be announced at a different date. So the next time the trucks race, Tyler Tomasi will be racing that truck.
Can you guess what the truck number? They announced it just before we went live. Finally, NASCAR approved it.
I'm not sure.
You got your little sound queued up?
Sure. What sound do I need?
Noise.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
They will be running that 69.
Nice. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Anywho,
right.
Different best news. Got a new truck team there, but might have some teams flipping over or some new teams starting up. Because guess what? Atlantis is back, baby.
Back, baby.
Not that it was a surprise coming into it, but Ram is back. Did not put a graphic on here to show you, but it is on the thumbnail of the video.
Oh, that truck looks so good. It looks so good. Oh,
it does. It's the first Ram truck to come and show its face at a NASCAR sanctioned event in 13 years. Now, we won't start seeing it on track until 2026. But yeah, it's been just about 2 decades since they've made a new announcement like this. So pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of very cool OEMs to join the NASCAR family, NASCAR announced that it is very close to a deal with another car maker joining the race series. Executive Vice President John Props told SBJ that when Honda has been definitely eyeing the entry. I'm down for Dodge to come back. I want Honda in there. Oh, bro, I'm so excited. I'm ready to see some Civic Type R's run through there. I think they would look really good.
We'll see what they would put on there.
Oh, bro. I would even be cool if they put like I think it'd be hilarious if they ran Priuses, but I don't think they. No, that's Toyota. Never mind.
Beep beep. All right. Anywho, moving on from that, jumping into the Xfinity world, Mr. Brad Perez is making a return. He'll be behind the wheel of the number 45 Alpha Prime Chevrolet in Mexico. This weekend, he'll have sponsorship from Sendero Provisions.
Heck yeah. All right, so let's look at this one's not exactly NASCAR, but it is kind of related. Because Malcolm in the Not So Middle will be behind the wheel of the Mustang Dark Horse R for the Circuit de la Sarthe in France for the Mustang Challenge Le Mans event next weekend. So,
dude, so trucks aren't running,
he's
so
got
he's
a
going
lot
to
of
run
racing
somewhere
going
else.
on. Man, I can't imagine how crazy his schedule is because he's filming the revamped Malcolm in the Middle.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's got all these races going on and stuff. That
yeah, I'm ready for the new series to drop too.
I am too. I liked the original series even after he left it. I mean, it was still pretty good. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they spin it.
So everyone's going to Mexico, and they said trucks aren't racing this weekend. So he said, I'll go to France and get in a car anyway.
Right.
But speaking of adding events to their schedule, Mr. Connor Zilic at Red Bull number 87 is going to make a couple more appearances. Obviously, I'm not saying Echo Park, so at Atlanta and Watkins Glen.
You mean Echo Park, right?
Nope. No.
Form Energy has partnered with Hendrick in a multi-year deal. The brand will sponsor William Byron twice in 26 and 4 times in 27, while serving as a full-time associate for Byron, Bowman, and Larson in 25, 26, and 27. You notice there's a name missing off of that.
There is. No Chase Elliott, but you know what else I noticed?
What's
They
that?
do mention a certain name all the way through 27. So
I did too. They mentioned 3 names for 27.
yeah, but most importantly, Mr. Alex Bowman.
Which we knew at the beginning of the season he signed a multi-year extension.
Yeah, but there's still been rumors about him getting canned, but
I don't know on that one. I feel like Elliott probably is the first to go at this point because he just seems to have lost all his momentum. I mean, even his fan base is starting to move over to Larson.
yeah.
So
I mean, most of his fans are bandwagon fans anyway.
fair.
Anywho's, that's all we got for Trackside Trends.
I know this isn't on your notes, but did you see that Full Speed Season 2 came out on Netflix?
I did not see that full. Did watch all of the Earnhardt documentary.
I think I have one more episode.
What a bum, you loser! Get a life.
I know.
Watch some TV.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Full Speed. I haven't watched it yet. I just seen it earlier today when I was scrolling through Netflix.
I might have to pull it up.
Season 2 come out. I want to say it's been out for probably like a week or so, but I know we haven't covered it.
I'm a bum. I didn't even know it was out.
Right. But anyway, now we can move on to our race day horizon if you wanted to. I just wanted to bring. Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Friday, June 13th. The Mexico Series practice and qualifying starts at 11. And the Cup practice and qualifying on Prime starts at 1:05. The Xfinity practice on the CW app is on 2:05. The Cup practice 2 is on Prime at 3. And at 3:30, the Xfinity practice 2 is on the CW. The Mexico Series race will be on YouTube, the NASCAR Mexico Series YouTube channel. The Ricardo Rodriguez 120 will be at 4:30, and it will have 50 laps. I'm going to have to tune in on that one. That sounds pretty fun. I wonder if they're going to have an English broadcast or just the Mexico.
It looks like, from what I've seen on the research, it's all in Spanish. But
still wouldn't be bad to watch. I mean, I honestly thought that NASCAR on Prime and stuff, since Prime was making a big deal of it being in Mexico, they would show the Mexico Series as well. I'm surprised they're not, honestly. It's only 50 laps.
well,
I mean, I get
only 50 laps that day.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It's only 50 laps there. But I kind of get, if they didn't want to do the pre-race and the post-race like they do all the time, but I think it'd be cool to see the Mexico Series.
Yeah. But
anyway,
moving to Saturday, got your qualifying for the Xfinity Series at 10:30 a.m. on the CW app. Then you got your Cup qualifying an hour and a half later at noon on Prime. Then you got another Mexico Series race at 1:45 p.m. The Pedro Rodriguez 100. So on the NASCAR Mexico Series YouTube channel. And this one's only 40 laps. And then at 4:30 afternoon, the Chilango 150 Xfinity race on the CW. Stage 1 and Stage 2 are both 20 laps. And then they throw you a little bit of twist at the end with 25 laps, giving you a total of 65 laps around Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez.
Yes, sir.
My Spanish accent is terrible.
On
Sunday!
Hang on, baby Jesus, this is gonna get bumpy.
On Sunday, the Cup race, the Viva Mexico 250 will be on Prime. The first stage will be 20 laps. The second stage will be 25 laps. And the final stage will be 55 for a grand total of 100 laps.
Indeed.
That'll be at 3 p.m.
Yeah. Obviously, we got no entry list for the truck series because it's an off week. But there are 39 entries for Xfinity, which under normal circumstances means somebody would be going home. But remember, for this race, they expanded the field to allow up to 40 cars just to allow everybody to make it in. There's only 39. Got a couple of key note entries there. Mr. Daniel Suarez is going to be pulling double duty. He'll be in the number 9 car for the Xfinity Series. Ty Gibbs will be in the 19, also pulling double duty. And then this other driver here, the 24, Christopher Bell. I don't know what to say about him.
I will say that they released the scheme that he's going to be running for that, and it looks pretty sick.
No,
It's a lot better than the Ram scheme.
Well, I mean, I could spit on a car and it would be a better paint scheme than.
Facts. All right. In Cup, there is one extra entry. We've got Catherine Legg in the 78. She will be trying to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Oh, and then we figured out some sponsors, and we have a couple schemes, but for the first few, we do not. Ross Chastain will be running his Wendy's Frosty Swirls.
Yeah. Which will look exactly like Daniel Suarez when he ran his.
Yep.
So, I mean, other than the 99, it'll be a 1 instead. But an interesting sponsor for Ty Dillon, you got Ohio Logistics.
Yes, sir. I don't know either. Cody Ware in the 51 will be running Arrowhead Brass.
I imagine that's going to be a slightly patriotic scheme based on what their logo looks like.
Yeah.
And then you got the red and white mobile of Ryan Priest. Going to have that Kroger and Colgate on there.
Yes, sir. And then this next one we do have a scheme for. It's the 77 of Carson Hocevar and Total Play. I love this scheme.
I feel like he's going to get a win in this colorful car.
I hope so. I feel like this thing's going to pop on track.
Oh, yeah. Forward to it. Looking
Sir.
forward to it, for sure. Next up, you got Catherine Legg in BJ McLeod's ride.
Yep.
Elf Cosmetics.
This isn't a bad scheme either. I like the little drippies around it. They definitely utilize the wrap.
Yeah. It's a good color, too. I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Like a mint green almost.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Mint green, light blue, something like that. And then, of course, we kind of let it slip early, but Daniel Suarez is running the Telcel car. I think this thing's going to look okay. I mean,
yeah. I mean,
it looks like
a Mexico-based company, so
yeah,
got that going for him.
I think it'd be cool if he won this weekend, but I'm not holding my breath on, honestly.
But I think it'll look good on track, though. Until some of the Mexican dirt gets on it.
Facts. One thing that is cool, though, is NASCAR will have podium celebrations at the end of this race for Xfinity and Cup. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Indeed. It'll be pretty cool for that. There was something else that was going on, but I cannot remember it for the life of me, so enough about that.
No idea.
Now we get to jump on over to SQ.
Yes, sir. S Cubed is brought to you by HappyHourRacing.com, your one-stop shop for all your NASCAR and F1 needs. I personally use them, and they're awesome. I got my package fairly quick. But if you're going to go shop for them, make sure you use code RHPD to support the podcast with no extra cost to you. We definitely do appreciate it. you by doing that, you help us do our giveaway and get to do events like we got to do Nashville last year. So we definitely appreciate all the help that you guys give us because you guys make it all worthwhile.
Indeed.
So I have the old scheme, and I chose the number 12 of Ryan Newman in his Sony car. He ran this in the 2006 Sony HD 500 at California Speedway, also known as Fontana, also known as...
Auto
we
Club.
just said it. Yeah, that.
Also known as no longer a racetrack.
Fair enough. He started 12th and finished way back in 33rd. I want to say he was caught up in an accident. I can't remember, honestly. But wasn't a great day, but that is an awesome scheme. I definitely would love to see a throwback.
Mm-hmm. It is a pretty nice car. This picture doesn't really do it justice because the numbers are kind of reflective on it.
They are this picture really doesn't do it justice because not only were the numbers kind of reflective, but also the lightning bolts on the side were as well. Which kind of made it a little cooler.
It's a pretty nice looking car. That much. That sponsor on that quarter panel back there is a pretty nice sponsor too.
The Altel?
Yeah.
The company that doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah, but I got a 992 with Jimmy Johnson.
See, I don't have that one.
Yeah.
I have the Excedrin PM car. I have two of those. But I have a lot of Ryan Newman's Altel car.
Braden, if you're still there, let me know what your pick of scheme of the week would have been for past weekend. I know what mine is.
I know what yours is too.
Yeah. Too bad there wouldn't be a way to like just have it.
I mean, you could just leave it out of the notes.
Yeah, but I would know what yours would be.
Well, yeah, you'd have to know because you make the slides.
Yeah. So we'll see what his is if he's still there. We'll jump to mine. It was Mr. Chris Buescher and almost getting a win.
This was a bad to the bone car. It looked really good.
That gold 17 being reflective was amazing.
I think this got your scheme of the week in our scheme scene too, didn't it?
Did.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Good prediction. Or no, I lie. This was not my scheme of the week. Carson Hocevar's was.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it was black and gold. Because you said it was Saints colors. That's right.
Close enough. It has a 7 in there. But yeah, Mr. Chris Buescher started in 6th, and like we mentioned, finished in the runner-up spot. Came in 2nd. Pretty sure if there were just a few more laps, he would.
Oh yeah, I was hoping he would have, because
There
he was
were about
pushing pretty
20
hard there at
less.
the end.
Hocevar
I was
would
really hoping Denny would have ran out of fuel, but
yeah, well,
I guess he had that reserve tank in his frame. You know what I mean?
but super long fuel line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wish Carson Hocevar would have that wheel.
Oh man, I know. He was in it, boy. But that was a good race. I feel like that was one of the better races. Like it hit a lot of the boxes for me. I enjoyed watching it. But anyway, before we hop off here, because it doesn't seem that Braden is watching anymore.
That's all right.
If you want, he was here for most of it. That's awesome. If you guys want to jump in and hit that subscribe button and become our 132nd subscriber, we definitely. Oh, that's right. We definitely appreciate it.
We had a little swing going on there where we dropped back down from 130 to 128 for a little bit, but to back up.
Yeah. But I do, if you guys like our logo and stuff and you'd like to rock it, we do have merch. We've got stickers and shirts and hats and cups and some awesome stuff. So you should go check that out. And while you're at it, go check out
to show them off.
Yeah, I know.
But we're not just talking about it. We can show.
Facts. Yeah, we need to do a little like banner that we just throw there and then post on our socials. I might work on that. I might work on that. Since I'm off this week, I can do a little bit, I guess. Oh.
What a bum.
Anyway. Where was I going with this? Oh. Also, if you are into fantasy like we've been talking about before, you can jump into our NASCAR fantasy. And if you already had a fantasy going, your points will transfer right over, so you don't have to start back from square one. See if you can dethrone Voodoo over here. And maybe win yourself a 164th diecast from the Lionel store, if they're still a store by the end of the season.
Right.
Let's see here. What else is there? Oh, you can go check out our socials. I mainly post on TikTok, but we do have an X and a Instagram. I think that's it. Unless you got
the social button when you were talking about it. So
fair enough. So I had the old scheme, so that means I get to do the outro, right?
That is correct.
All right. So remember, Hellraisers, keep your tires turning left and your fuel tanks wet. This is RHPD Podcast signing off.